Hello and welcome to the V2 Football Podcast. I'm your host this week, Shane Lees, and joining us we've got Anthony Kendrick back.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey. We've got Nick Davey.
Yeah, good evening.
We've got Richard Hero Hudson.
Good evening.
And we've got Chris Lappin.
Good evening.
I said we were going to talk about it. Let's talk about the Premier League. I've got one question. What the hell is going on with the Premier League? We've got Leicester top of the table, Chelsea in 15th. We got Liverpool.
Jamie Vardy's having a party.
Jamie Vardy is having a party.
Jamie Vardy's having a party.
Yeah.
He's having one until this weekend where he meets the party boopers.
Yeah, United. It's a 0-0 if I've ever seen one. But yeah, you've got no team looking like they're going to run away with the title. Top four looks completely open. What is going on with the Premier League this year? Why is it so open this year?
Brilliant, it's brilliant. We shouldn't mind. We should enjoy it. It's fantastic.
Oh, I'm not moaning. I just want to know if anyone's got any ideas as to why this has happened this year.
Because it's the best around. Nothing ever's going to keep me
Just at the top four didn't get that much better than the rest of the league.
I think Leicester are going to win the league.
It's not. It's basically because there's that much money now coming into the Premier League that the mid-table and the lower ones can get more points off the higher ones.
So you think it's because the gap has closed down now?
Yeah. I think everyone just loves it.
Okay, but how do you explain something? Oh, no, sorry, go on.
Well, you look at for the last few years, there's been such a divide between the top and bottom. And there was clear sections. There was like your top four, occasionally a top five. Then you had about another 3 or 4 clubs. And then the rest.
Echo.
Keep going.
And then there was the rest, and now there's not a clear gap between certain groups of clubs. It's just one big blur, really.
Okay, but how do you explain something like Leicester happening? I know we've said they've got a great togetherness, but this isn't an amazing squad. They've got probably good players in every single area. 13 games in and they're top of the table.
Who've they played, though?
Okay, yeah, they haven't played that many great sides, but it's 13 games in. We're what, more than a quarter of the way through the season now?
It happens every other few years.
West Ham were in a similar position last year.
No, they were they were maybe competing for top 4. I mean, it was obvious they were dropping
at Christmas.
Off. Yeah, maybe competing for top 4. Leicester are top of the league after 13 games.
I think it'd be interesting in the next 6 games they've got. What was it? United, then Swansea away, Chelsea at home, Everton away, Liverpool away, and then City at home.
Yeah, if they're still up there at that time, then hats off to them, but they won't be.
Dismissed. Okay, well, let's talk about top 4, because this does look like it's going to be the year the top 4 gets cracked open by one side. Who do we reckon it's going to be?
Liverpool or Spurs?
What was this? What was the question?
Cheers for listening, Nick. Which club do we reckon is going to crack the top 4 this year?
Tottenham
and Liverpool.
I think Tottenham, just because how brilliant.
Hang on, Tottenham and Liverpool.
Yeah.
And Chelsea going to win the Champions League.
So, who's going to drop out of the top 4?
Chelsea.
Well, no, wait, you said Liverpool and Tottenham.
Yeah.
So one of United, City and Arsenal have to drop out of that.
United and Chelsea.
You think United won't get top 4 this year?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. Would you like to expand upon that?
Because they're freaking awful.
I've never heard someone describe their team being second in the league as freaking awful.
Okay, off this week.
You've just been spoiled, haven't you, by good United teams?
Yeah, I have. I've been spoiled by a club that likes to play attractive football and win games. Sorry for that.
Should be.
Okay, a lot of people are saying Arsenal, they reckon it could be their year. A lot of people are saying City, they don't think it could happen because they're just too inconsistent. If I was going to bet on any 2 teams to win a title, I'd go for one of them 2. Who do we reckon, if it was going to be between those 2, who do we reckon it will be?
I would say City, because they've been there and done it.
As long as Kompany comes back sooner rather than later for them, he's so important to their side.
See,
and David Silva.
If Arsenal have an injury-free second half of the season.
See, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it will be Arsenal because I think for once what they'll do is actually have a good second half of the season.
Well, you say if they have an injury-free, how much of an impact do you think injuries will have on the title race?
Well, the thing is, like we were saying earlier, City have got injuries too. Everyone gets injuries. It just depends in what quantity you get them at any one particular time. But
Arsenal, they seem to get them all in the same position whenever they get them, because last year all the centre-backs got injured.
I think Arsenal have
Central midfielders.
finally got a good enough squad, with City being inconsistent enough, especially at home, because that's the thing City never used to do, which was lose at home. I think City are looking very inconsistent at home. I think Arsenal can have a title this year. I reckon it'll be close. I reckon you're looking at 1 or 2 points at most, but I reckon that this is probably going to be Arsenal's year.
I wouldn't bet money on it. on any result at the moment.
Christ, no.
It could quite easily be that United. I'm saying United won't finish top 4. They could quite easily go on and win it. The way that the defence is played.
Well, this is what I'm talking about in terms of just how open this league is. You're saying one time this side cannot possibly win the league, but at the same time you're saying, well, look, it could. This could go and easily happen. We can see this happening. United are second at the moment. They could keep up this kind of horrendously boring yet consistent form over the course of a season. That could get them the results.
They could just abandon the bus in front of the goal at the moment. Rather than
Okay, do we think of Southampton, Everton and West Ham, any of them are going to go on to do anything this season?
No,
as they were, really.
not Europa League. Maybe West Ham in
Like
Europa
second.
League, but other than that, I think they'll all get top 10 finishes, but that'll be it.
I think they're
I
still
think-
in Europa League. I don't think West Ham. I think West Ham looked fucking done last weekend.
Harsh. Can we see
In their cup final, not mentioned to add.
Can we see them doing anything like the cups? Because I think the big teams have been looking a bit inconsistent in the cups in recent years.
I think Palace are going to have a good cup run.
Palace.
Everton have got Middlesbrough in the Carling was a Capital One Cup, haven't you? So
Should have had United.
should have had United, but they haven't. so I think that'll probably get them through to the semis.
I tell you what, this conversation for me, it does prove that the Premier League is the best in the world. Because come on, you do not get this with any of the other leagues. This is just insanity. This league, you've got Leicester fucking top of the league. What is going on?